everybody, how's it going? This is Seabass. Welcome back to another episode of Throttle Hobby. We finally got the BMW registered. I can now drive it finally on the road. It is a blast to drive. But unfortunately today's video has to be changed up because I was going to do the lower A-arms on this thing, but Advanced can't seem to get enough of giving me the wrong parts. So unfortunately that's gonna have to be held off till I get the right ones. So today, it will just be a basic oil change on the Beamer, just to get everything out of the way, check everything up, see what it's like. So, our two amazing tools here. One's just a filter, which is going to be an 85223, and our oil bone. So, let's get the car up in the air and do this oil change. So now that we have it lifted, we can see that apart from the oil pan being a little bit snottied up, which actually isn't too difficult to take down and reseal, probably do that in the future episode, the rest of the car is pretty good. I mean, the guy who owned this really kept good maintenance on it. I did end up just spraying some of the parts I will be removing to get these lower A-arms when I finally get the right parts. So let's begin this oil change. This is a real treat because I kind of want to see how this oil looks. I mean, so we'll get our oil bucket, start draining the oil. So we have our wrench. We actually have to switch over from the bone because the way this channel is, it wouldn't fit in here. So we have a wrench, size 17. Let's get this oil out. Ooh, we'll let that drain. And in the meantime, we'll check the tire pressures. Cool, so I'll just bump them all up to 35. This one's a little bit low. Oh, perfect. Do the same thing for the other four. So now that we let all the oil get out of the pan, we're going to tighten this up, bring the car back down, and start from the top with the oil filter, because the oil filter on these things is a cartridge up in the engine compartment. So that's what we're going to do. Nice, there we go. And we also cleaned out the oil pan, so the next time we lift it we could exactly see where the leak is coming from, although I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a resealing of the pan. So now we go to the top. Alright, so now that we're back down on the ground, we can now check the fluid and top it off. Next, we can check our coolant. Right down here. Well, that looks to be good for about Alaska. So after we got the radiator done, we're supposed to check the airbox, but in my other video we actually did all this, so the airbox we could skip because we know it's good. So the last thing is the oil filter, which is right here. This we have a special socket for these exact oil filters, but if you only have sockets, that's actually a size 36. So we'll have to crack that open right now. There we go. Okay, so we'll be taking this filter out and we'll be replacing this gasket, which should come with your filter. So you're just gonna put the new one on there and lube it up. So after you get the new filter in, this little channel right here is where your new gasket's gonna go. You wanna lube this up, put this on right in that channel. So it's gonna look like something like this. like that. There it is. So now we're just going to take this and put this in the car. In just like that. And now we're going to tighten that down. So after we tighten that down, what's left to do is now just add oil to it. Oil is going to go up here in the cap. And supposedly this thing takes 8 quarts of 5W30 synthetic. That's more than my truck. So to save you guys the agony, I'm just going to put these in there. So now that we poured an entire Brontosaurus into this motor, we're going to go and start it up. Let it run for a bit. That should be good enough. Now let's go check the oil. So the dipstick on these is located right there. It's the red one. I'm going to pull this out. Yep, it's pretty good. I'll wrap this on the paper towel. Get the excess off. We have a dry stick here. Now we're going to put it back in and check it again. And wow, no kidding, 8 quarts. So perfect. All right, and that pretty much concludes an oil change on a BMW 330xi. So now I'll just go and make myself a sticker and head on out of here. So thank you. This has been Seabass signing off, and I'll see you guys on the next Throttle Hobby.